All right, everybody. That was part 2 of my footage of this game this last weekend, and I thought it was a great game. Had a lot of fun. It was really hot, but we 4C, we hung in there. We played all the games. We enjoyed ourselves all the way through the day, and we even played the very last game, which was about 3 different pickup games that we played after the referees quit. Made a lot of friends, enjoyed ourselves, didn't have any problems with it, the field or the players out there. Everybody was great. We won about, I don't have the official totals, but I think it was about 50-50. I think the black team won some, the green team won some. It was pretty close. It was a really good day out there, and made some friends, met some old friends. It was just an awesome day. Now, I do have to turn this around and say that there is one little bad note I will have to say, and I want to share with everybody out there. I really want to share with the one gentleman out there that I had a problem with. It was during the very last game. It was a pickup game. There was no referees around. I don't remember what the mission was. I think it was another one of those Switzerland games. I think we played like 100 Switzerland games that day. But this is what happened, okay? And you can be the judge of, what you think of either individual, okay? What I was doing was I was cruising along through the woods, I was sneaking up, and I thought I was free and clear. I didn't see anybody around, and then bang, my hand gets hit with a BB, right? And I'm thinking to myself, damn, crap, I got hit, and of course I scream, hit, like hit, I've been hit, and then I look and I see where the guy that shot me, right? He's got his black t-shirt on, tan pants, he's got 2 pistols in his hands, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, he shot me with a pistol, I suck, that's what I'm thinking. So I step out into the trail and I say, hey dude, man, you shot me with you shot me, that was cool. I'm paraphrasing, I don't know exactly what I said, but I said, you shot me, I'm dead, I'm hit, cool, right? Well, here's the scenario, right? I got all my gear on, I've got my M4 kind of slung over my shoulder, hanging down, and and that's what I look like. And I'm preparing. This is what's going through my mind. I'm preparing to pull my red flag out. I'm preparing to turn around and start walking back to my respawn point, the closest respawn point, And I'm gonna have my red flag out so other players don't just unload on me while I'm walking back to the respawn point. That's what's going through my mind, right? And I'm like, whoo, man, I've been shot. I'm dead tired. I'm just gonna go back here and probably pass out of the respawn point or whatever. That's what's going through my mind. Well, when I step out, I'm complimenting this guy about how good of a shot he was with a handgun from, I don't know how far away. It was 50 feet away. It was maybe not even that far, maybe 20 feet away. He shot me, and I'm surprised I didn't see him because he's like kneeling in the middle of a trail. I said, good job. He comes back and says, he's got his both handguns pointed at me, like he's getting ready to shoot me again or whatever. And he goes, pull out your red flag, pull out your red flag. And I was like, okay, I will, no problem, dude. You shot me, you don't have to worry about it, And he goes, here it comes. He goes, you have to pull out your red flag according to the Bad Karma rule book. Because the rule book says that if you don't pull out the red flag, you can turn around and shoot me in the head. And I'm like, first of all, what? I'm from me to the camera saying, dude, you shot me, I'm dead. I am dead. How am I going to turn around and shoot you in the head, whether I have a red flag out or not? That does not make sense to me. Okay, I understand the rule is to pull out my red flag and head back to the respawn point. I understand that's the rule. But I just spoke to you and I just told you I was dead. So get a grip, I don't know this guy's name, I'm estimating he's probably around 15 or 16 years old, and I don't know if he's a rule lawyer or whatever he is, but he was sitting there and he was like, well, you could shoot me in the head. Well, first of all, I'm going to flip this scenario around. If I shoot somebody and he steps out into the thing and he says, hit, I'm dead, that was a good shot, I'm going to ignore him and I'm going to go about my business. And if he shoots me in the head, we're going to have some words, because he just told me he was hit, whether he pulls out a red flag or not. So for him to say that I said hit and then I'm going to shoot him in the head. That does not make any sense to me. I don't think anybody in their right mind would do that, you know? That just doesn't make sense. And there's no rule. First, and okay, that's what was going through my mind. I'm thinking that. What came out of my mouth was, what rule book? I said, Bad Karma doesn't have a rule book. What rule book are you talking about? I want to see this rule book. I think it would be cool to own a rule book, or have a rule book, or find a rule book on there's a rules on this field. I think that would be cool. I thought it was just all word of mouth. Okay, so he goes, no, it's on their website. There's a rule book on the website. No, there's not. I said, I've been to the website. There is no rule book on the website. This is what I'm saying. And we're sitting in the woods discussing this, okay? And he goes, well, I'm not going to argue with you. It's on the website. Pull out your red flag. And he's still got his handguns on me, right? I'm like, whatever, dude. I pull the red flag out and start walking back to the respawn point. I'm like, man, and what's going through my mind is, man, what a dick. This guy, he's focusing on something that doesn't need to be focused on. You know, I told him he was hit. Move on and go kill someone else too. You're a good player apparently. You know, you can sneak up on me and you killed me. I suck. I should have seen you. It's no big deal. So, you know, you killed me. I'm not making a big deal about it. I was like trying to compliment the dude, and he turns it around on me like, pull the red flag out. You know, and I just, all of a sudden, he turned this beautiful day, the day that lasted, you know, all day. The last thing that happened to me on that day was this dick move. He's not a dick. He's I don't know, a tard. I don't know what you want to call him, right? And so as far as I was concerned, it was over with. I had grumbled off to the respawn point or whatever, and he went off to go do whatever he's going to do. Well, on the ride home, I'm talking to Fresh. He's one of our 4C players. He goes, you know, I was on this trail and this dude came up to me. He's in his black shirt and tan pants, dual wielding, right? I saw him coming down the trail, so I shot him, you know, and apparently I shot him in the face by accident or whatever, because he wasn't aiming at his face. And then he went off to do whatever he did, and then like 2 seconds later, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, he was right back in the same spot. Well, first of all, there's no way he could have gone to respawn and been back to that same spot without Doug even moving. He didn't really get a chance to move, and this guy came back to the exact same spot. So Doug shot him again. Doug hadn't even moved. And so guess where he shot him? The face. I don't know, Doug's got to work on his aim, but he hits the guy in the face. And the guy dies, of course. He calls his hits. He went up to Doug and he said, Doug, he doesn't know Doug's name. He goes, dude, you just like shooting people in the face or something, you know? And he's like, no, man, I'm sorry. He even apologized. I'm sorry. Because he didn't know that he had to run in with me. You know, whatever. So, but the point was, okay, Doug can't shoot. Okay, that sucked. You know, that's neither here nor there. That was his first time airsofting, you know. He's never actually held a gun and Thompson shooting it in the woods. This dude that he shot in the face, the guy that called me out asking me to pull out my red flag, which I was planning on doing anyway. I'm calling his honor into question because I'm being long-winded anyway. Got a little bit of that out. I'm calling his honor into question because there's no possible way, based on what Doug was saying, there's no way he could have gone to respawn and came back. And then also, you know, with that interaction that he had with me, I can see where he's kind of a jerk. So I could see where, you know, that would play in, okay? Now, it's been a day since I've played down at Bad Karma, and guess what? I went to the website. Guess what? There is no playbook there. There's no book. There is a rule page, rules, okay? It's a rule page, sure. Doesn't say anything about pulling out a red flag. Nowhere. It talks about FPS limits and the scenario rules. You know, like how to win each of the scenarios, you know, what the objectives and the goals are. It doesn't talk about a rule book. There's nowhere on there. Well, sorry about that. I had to rant and call this dude's honor into question. I don't know him, and I wouldn't recognize him if I saw him again because he had his mask on and his shirt, and I wasn't even paying attention. You know, that wasn't even part of my whole mentality. So I'm sorry about that, but we did have a really good time. Everybody that took with me enjoyed themselves. We are going to continue to go back to Bad Karma because we play against 200 guys, and if I only have a problem with one of them, that's good odds. So everybody calls their hits, both sides, black and green, they're all calling their hits. You know, everybody's doesn't have a problem with that. I've never seen any problems with that. So I don't know why this guy's got his problem. You know, I don't know. He was having, it was super hot. It might have been working on his, you know, he might have been, that heat might have been working on his temperament or whatever, but you got to learn to control that. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out both of these videos. If you haven't seen video 1, go back and watch video 1, because that's my helmet cam video. Thanks for watching them. Remember, guys, whenever you're on the airsoft field, play safe.